Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, notification bell, daily updates. This is every day's video. It's Saturday, so I'm doing a Cellar Saturday where I pick something off the shelf and I drink it. 2016 Evil Twin En Masse Toto Jesus. I'm sure I butchered a lot of that. I'm not super hopeful that this beer is going to have held up, but we'll see. It's 12% ABV, so nothing wrong with that. Malt beverage with cinnamon, cocoa nibs, chili peppers, and coffee beans added. What could go wrong with those adjuncts after 5 years? On a pilgrimage for immortal craft beer, we tripped on these heavenly cocoa nibs. It says cocoa. It's spelled cocoa instead of cacao. Chili peppers, coffee beans, cinnamon, and vanilla. Threw them in at it's typo. Threw them in at created damn good aromas. Should be threw them in and created damn good aromas. A thick fudge-like body, pitch black color, and obviously only made in limited amounts. And the taste, everything Jesus. All right, I think that's all the information I want to read. I love Even More Jesus. That is a beer I just think is fantastic. So, excited, but not too hopeful, if that makes sense. That is a dark beer. Wow. Well, almost no head. It's beyond dark mocha, the head that is coming. So this is, if nothing else, if I get nothing else out of this beer experience, it's that it validates some of the beers I've described in the last month or so when I'm like, oh, it's a dark brown or dark brown into a light black color. And sometimes it just seems goofy to say like that. But then you get a beer like this, is like, no, this is motor oil. This is pitch black. I was 100% right to talk, like when you poured it, there was a little bit of brown on the outside. But that beer in the glass is motor oil. So yeah, this is a nice moment for yours truly, because it really validates some of the nitpicking I'm trying to do in these reviews. And yeah, I mean, that is pitch black tar. Wow. The head is all but gone. There's a little bit sticking to the glass. But yeah, it's not adjuncts, age. I'm not too ABV. I'm not too surprised. But it would have given me a little bit more hope if there was a little bit more of a head. Whatever. It's going to say aroma. Well, that surprises me. A lot of chocolate. That's not what surprises me. I'm still smelling coffee. I figured 5 years, green pepper at best. It does have coffee, but that isn't to say there's not a little bit of green pepper in the aroma. And the more I smell it, the more the green pepper takes over. But the coffee is holding on. Like, there's still coffee, and it mixes with that chocolate, which is nice. So like that roasty element works. There's some sweetness to it. I don't know how long cinnamon sticks around for, but there is this kiss of like a spicy cinnamon. And like a nutty thing. It actually smells pretty good. I mean, the good green pepper, because there's so much other stuff going on, it does smell good. But yeah, if I had to pick one thing I don't like about the aroma, that would be it, clearly. I don't know. Let's see about the taste. Cheers. It's not bad. It's not great. Somewhere in that good realm. I don't think aging this turned this into a winner. I was just talking to Sean from Nerd Sense this week. If you don't follow them, you're watching this sometime in the future and you're forgetting. He's redoing his basement. He's been posting on social media about it. And otherwise I won't talk about it. It'd be weird. And he was moving beers, and he's like, man, I have these like adjuncted stouts, and we know, or not even just stouts, that the adjuncts don't always hold up well. And I knew when I picked this, that was a possibility. There is still a little bit of heat, which is cool, and it's where I want it, kind of in the back. So that's well done, like still holding up and very cool. There was that little cinnamon, kind of like I got in the aroma. Nice chocolate. That chocolate has stayed. There is some sweetness to it. That roast, is it coffee helping the roast? Is it just from the base beer? Hard to tell, which I think tells you what the coffee's done the last 5 years. My biggest thing that's keeping it from being like obviously good into great territory is the lack of cohesion. It's not like a cohesive drinking experience as much as I want it to be. It feels flat, which I mean quite literally, but the flavors also they fall, they feel flat. It's a really this would have been a good beer for me to drink on a Tuesday where I try to test my palate, because it's like there are moments where it's like almost nothingness, and then it's like, oh, there's that pepper kick, so like it almost doesn't drink like a beer that way. It's just like, oh, did I just eat a pepper, like in that moment it took a second for it to kick in, like really interesting that way. But yeah, it's a how else to convey? It's just a really interesting drinking experience. Okay, yep, I get some of that sweetness and chocolate up front, and then just like you hit like the mute button, but then the TV program, the movie keeps playing. You're like, oh crap, let me unmute it, and then a spike in the cinnamon subtleness mixing with the pepperiness. Okay, wow, I got something now. And then maybe instead of muting it this time, you just turn the volume down quite a bit, and then there's this lingering pepper that's still on my palate as I'm talking. That's probably the best way I can describe what drinking this beer is like. You don't taste the alcohol, and this is at cellar temperature. Like I didn't put this in the fridge at all, so the temperature is not hiding the alcohol, so that's cool. Higher ABV and not not the forefront, not burning. But probably the most minimal in the chest you could possibly have. Probably the best thing to do with beer is to reduce it, make a syrup out of it, and put on some pancakes tomorrow morning, or drink it and feel a good buzz. But yeah, sorry, I just ate, and apparently I should have kicked up some mucus or something. Gross. Didn't click on your video, dude. Talk about mucus. Sorry. But yeah, no, I mean, it is what it is. I knew I was going into something that could have been a bit of a letdown, and it's a bit of a letdown. But that's why we experiment, we try things. Maybe I can prevent someone from making the same mistake. If you have any adjuncted stouts and it doesn't make sense to age them for too long, don't age them for too long. Hey, take your own advice, no hype. Yeah, I'm trying. Anyway, yeah, that's my beer review. I'm rambling, so it's time to wrap things up. Have you had experience with this? Have you, aged an adjuncted, an additive stout or any other kind of beer for too long? What kind of notes did you get? Anything, everything, comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, check out Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.